Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching MaxSpeedTV. Tonight, the OP Racing the 2001 Throwback Series has rolled into Talladega. If you guys that are tuning in know anything about the OP Racing League, they know, or you know, that they are known for their super speedway racing that happens on Monday night here on MaxSpeedTV. And, well, here we are tonight, and they're going to go super speedway racing once again. That's their forte. That's their niche, and they're going to take the K&N cars around here tonight. It's going to be something interesting. These boys always put on a good show on Monday night, and we're looking forward to seeing what they can put on and happen here tonight as they're going to go to the High Bank 2.66 mile here at Talladega Super Speedway. Looks like we have about 27 guys registered here this evening for this race. Right now you see the 62 of Les Levy at the top of the boards with just about 2 minutes left here in practice. Got a couple drivers who we have not seen out here on Friday night before. We got the 75 of Russell Hancock, who is second right now on the speed charts. It looks like Rick Seabrins is back here after a couple weeks off. Ryan Levy in the 46 is out here tonight. Haven't seen him since I believe it was just about Rockingham, but he's out here tonight, so glad to see him back here in action. Looking down through the speed charts here, yet some more. It looks like the number 13, Jeff Bergner, back here in action. I don't even know if Jeff Bergner has actually raced here on Friday nights. I know he is part of, or a member on the Thursday nights. I have seen his name out there. Dustin German is back in the number 6 machine after a couple of weeks off. And the 102 of David Overstreet is back in action. Got 27 cars, like I said, going to take the green flag here tonight once we get rolling. He's got about a minute and a half here before we have our qualifying session. Before we go any farther, this is your producer, your broadcaster, Roger Muth here on the mic. I'll be with you here the entire way here from Talladega, bringing you all the live shots, all the camera angles, all the overlay graphic work being done back here behind the scenes also. Looks like we just got another new member here joining the lobby tonight, the 29 of, it looks like it's Landon Lopper. So if anybody missed last week's race from Martinsville with the 2001 Throwback Series, Cody Levitt pulled out his first win of the season, and actually I believe that was his first win ever here on MaxSpeedTV. He battled and dueled out the number 12 of Tony Quadros. They battled it out all the way down to the end of that race. It came down to a little bit of a bump and run there between the 38 and the 12, and Cody Levitt came away with the victory from Martinsville. Tony, though, was on rails all night long. He ended up having a speeding penalty at one point, had to drop to the back of the field, had an EOL penalty, had to drop to the back of the field, and he came roaring through the field. And in the late stages of that race was in contention to win. Just unfortunate, not you know, happening in his favor, as it looks like the checker flag is going to wave here. It's going to be the end of practice. So right next, we're going to get here to qualifying, as you see there on the left-hand side of your screen over here on MaxSpeedTV. Also tonight, you're going to be able to catch the Manning Electric, the Super Speedway Series. I think they're running the Xfinity cars this week, along with Relentless Racing. They're also running the Xfinity cars, and that will be their second race of the season with that new group over there. So as we head into qualifying here, a couple of these guys will start to roll out here in a moment or two. Looks like the number 8 of Cody Ober was your first one to roll out of pit road, but he is going pretty slow. It looks like, interesting plot twist here. We have a open group qualifying, it looks like. So that's definitely going to throw a little bit of a monkey wrench into a lot of these guys' plans out here. It's a whole new dimension here. Open qualifying allows you to go out with a group of cars. You're going to be able to go nose to tail, which is going to entail that you're going to be able to go faster. So the guy who's running out back sniffing the tail of the draft, he's going to be the guy that you're going to have to watch out for. The guy who's out front is definitely at a disadvantage, but the guy who is the second car in line, who has to be really tucked up right underneath the guy in front of him, that's the guy that has to be careful. He's the guy that has to make sure he's not making any contact with the car in front, because if you're making contact with any of these cars out here and it's giving you a 0x, that's gonna, you know, null and void your lap time. So your lap time won't count at that point. As you see, these guys, they're not actually really nose to tail at all through here. You got Les Levy in the 62 and the 102 here of David Overstreet. You know, they're side by side. So that's not going to really give them good lap times. You see a couple times are rolling in here now in qualifying, but those are really not up to speed laps or anything. Tanner Thu's back in action in the number 23, the Good Wrench Machine. He's back here. He was dominating last week at Martinsville in the early stages. Unfortunately, once he caught lap traffic, Tanner Thu's got onto the brakes just a little hard going into turns 3 and 4, and that shot that car dead left. He ended up finding the water barrels there on pit road, and unfortunately not able to get that car fixed to come back out. He had to call it an early night. Finished 14th last week. But he's back here at the Super Speedways right now, finds himself in the 5th position there, trying to push the number 58 of David Sabin. You're going to see the leaderboard shake up a lot here with the open qualifying. A lot of guys actually haven't even joined the track. It looks like Katie Haight is actually back in action here tonight after missing Martinsville last week. "14 cars have taken time so far. You're going to see a couple more who take time. It looks like Christopher Brown is out here on the track. He's rolling around by himself right now, but he'll put in a qualifying attempt here in a couple moments. Top of the boards right now, though, the 58 is Sabin. Top of the board, Tanner Thu's is second on the board. Mark Vega finds himself right now. He's on pit road, but he is third on the speed charts with Ryan Libby sitting in your 4th position. Right in front of Ryan there, actually behind him on the speed charts, the 32 of Brent Elmore, as actually they jump right to the top now, put Elmore at the top and Libby there in second. Every lap that these guys run out there, they're going to burn a little bit of fuel. Cars are going to get lighter, going to go a little bit quicker, especially when you get into a group like this with 4 cars. It looks like the 75 of Hancock out front here. It looks like Anthony Poston's right here. 95 of Mayers here, and I believe that's, yep, Lynn McNeese right there on screen. You see him in that auto parts machine, the Western Auto. Well, Dave, welcome to the 2001 Throwback Series. I knew the name sounded familiar. It either had to be from the Super Speedway Series or, well, possibly over here, and you say it's your first one? Well, welcome. You're going to be in for a treat here with the K&N cars. They draft really well. They push really well, or at least I find myself, maybe I'm a little bit biased. I find the K&N car actually the most enjoyable out of all the stock cars that iRacing has. Like I said, maybe I'm just a little bit biased. Looks like we're just about halfway here in qualifying. We're going to step away for a moment. We're going to play your national anthem. We'll be back here to wrap up qualifying.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back to Talladega. You haven't missed anything. Well, actually, you missed a lot. Rick Seabrand's now up top. Anthony Poston now second. Lynn McNeese is third on your speed charts. Russell Hancock is now fourth. Les Levy rounds out your top five. A bunch of guys electing to not qualify here. Only 17 cars have taken a qualifying attempt, and the majority of them are right here in this pack. But while we still got about that, it looks like I got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in qualifying. Let's look at your pre-race facts here. We are here from the Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. It is a partly cloudy day. The track temp, though, up over 105 degrees. Now you see it drop to 104 degrees. Dynamic weather is on, so you're going to see cloud cover come in and out here tonight. Air temp is 78 degrees. 94 laps going to be the distance that equals out to 250 miles around this track. Tires, not going to be a real big factor here today. Green flag pit stops, if these guys got to take on a full load of fuel, you're probably going to see them put just right side tires on it, if that, especially towards the end of this race. If we come down to green flag pit stops where these guys only need about a 5-gallon fuel load, you're just going to see them put fuel in, no tires. Pit road here tonight, it's going to be 55 miles an hour. It's going to be tricky for these guys to whoa up from about 200 miles an hour all the way down to the 55 mile an hour speed limit. Fuel window about 20. Actually, that's incorrect. I was just given new information. I calculated out a little bit wrong. It's actually 18 to 23 laps on fuel, so there's a little bit of a difference there, just a handful of laps. That could be the difference, though, in making it all the way on fuel or coming up just a little shy. As if you guys see these guys tucked up in the draft, that's going to allow them to save a little bit of fuel. If you're out front leading, like you see the number 4 Rick Seabrand's there on the outside, it means you're going to be burning a little more fuel than the guy who's sucked up behind him. So sometimes you got to ask yourself, is it going to be better to be the pusher, or is it going to be better to be out front? So there's your pre-race facts right there. Qualifying time still coming in as we are just about a minute away here from the end of qualifying. Mark Vega has now taken over the number 1 spot. Seabrand's is second. Ober is now third. McNeese is fourth, and Poston's now fifth. So 18 drivers have taken a qualifying attempt, and that's all that's going to get to take a qualifying attempt. Well, Chase, you know, you're at the Rolex 24. Where was all of our invites? We're all out here. I'm sure a lot of us would have liked to head on down to Daytona. So as you see these guys going 3 wide here from Talladega, you're going to be able to go 3 wide. You might even see a little bit of 4 wide action because, like I said, the OP guys are known for the super speedway racing, so they are very familiar with Talladega and Daytona, and also the 07 version of Daytona, so they're not afraid to push it a little bit. Let's see as these groups here come past the start-finish line. The start-finish line is about halfway down into turn 1. Not where a lot of guys are used to seeing it. It's a little bit of fun there between Vega and Ober as they went through. Here comes Seabrand's. These guys like to have a little bit of fun out there on track. New colors there for the 62, a Les Levy out here this week. Not sure exactly what those are, but some new colors, so it's interesting to see. You're going to see a lot of new guys out there on track. You're going to see a lot of guys who, you know, are kind of migrating over here. They run the Super Speedway series, and, well, we're at a Super Speedway, and they want to come out and have some fun on a Friday night, so they're here in action tonight. So 31 drivers in attendance. Right there you see on your left-hand side of your screen, only 18 of them have taken times. Nobody out on track to show you here, so let's just give you a little bit of rundown. These guys are going 94 laps here from Talladega. They do have 1 quick repair, so if something does happen out there in the early stages of the race, they're going to be able to come down and get a quick repair, and they're going to be able to get right back out there in the action. Sitting on pit road here is not a fun time. There you see a couple of these guys starting to grid up. Going to be interesting to see what a couple of these drivers' strategies are as, you know, some of these guys don't like to really go out to the front right away. You're going to see possibly 2 different packs, maybe even 3 different packs start to grid up or form up once we get green flag racing. But now it's that time. Let's head down to the starting grid here. Mark Vega going to come away with his first pole here for the 2001 Throwback Series. So congratulations to Vega as he puts the number 1 in first place. Right alongside him going to be the number 4 of Rick Seabrands. The 8 of Cody Ober going to start there in the 3rd position. And the 184 of Lynn McNeese going to start 4th. 5th place going to go to the 28 of Tony Poston. The 75 of Russell Hancock going to start 6th. 7th position going to go to the 46 of Ryan Libby. The 29 of Landon Loper is going to start in the 8th position. 9th position going to go to the 62 of Les Levy. The 102 of David Overstreet going to round out your top 10 here. 9th place going to go to the 58 of David Sabin. Tanner Thews going to start there in your 23, starting 12th. The 95 of James Mayer going to start 13th. And Brent Elmore going to start 14th. 15th is going to go to Christopher Brown. 16th going to be the 84 of Aspen Belvin. The 07 of Scott Bellum going to start 17th. Dustin German in the 6th. Welcome back here to the OP, guys. Yeah, he's going to start in your 18th spot. 19th going to go to the number 9 of Joshua Spalding. The 25 of Bill Bessler going to start in your 20th position. 21st is going to go to the 00 of Katie Haight. Garrett Grant in the 10, going to start in your 22nd position. 23rd is going to go to the 97 of Tom School. The 38, your points leader of Cody Levitt, going to roll off 24th here tonight. Look for him to stick towards the back of this one till the late going. The 69 of Brian Beach, going to start 25th. The 101 of David Gainforth and Fred Flintstone, they're going to start back in your 26th position. Tony Quadro is going to start 27th. Jacob Sayers in the 39. Got him! Going to start in your 28th position. The number 13 of Jeff Berdner making his debut here on Friday night. Going to start in your 29th position. Timothy Truebridge in the 14. Going to start in your 30th position. And it looks like Ricky Valenzuela in the 42. Going to round out our 31 cars here from Talladega. As they work down the backstretch here for the first time under pacing. Once we get around turns 3 and 4, it's going to be a long crawl to the start-finish line. Once we get the green flag, though, it's going to be on 200 miles an hour action side by side, door to door, is what you're about to see here. The OP guys put on one heck of a show week in, week out on Monday night, and they're going to show you here on Friday night exactly what kind of action they bring to the track. Well, we got a couple drivers who did not make the race here tonight. Chase Berry being down at the Rolex 24 from Daytona. Tristan Walker still sidelined from having wheel trouble. Hopefully we get to see both of you drivers back out here. Not in the too far, you know, not too... let's just say pretty soon, guys. You guys put on one heck of a show. You deserve to be out here on track running around here at Talladega. There you see the pace car making its slow descent to the left there, and then Vega's going to be in control of this field. He's going to have his buddy right behind him of Cody Ober in the number 8. Rick Seabrands. Those 3 drivers were working together pretty good there in practice and qualifying, so let's see what they can do here once we get the green flag, if they're going to continue to work together or if all bets are off at that point. Green flags in the air. We are racing for the first time here on Friday night with the OP Racing, the 2001 Throwback Series. As you see everybody taking the green flag, it looks like we're pretty much clear sailing so far down into turn number 1. These guys know they got a long distance to go, and it's going to take them quite a bit. We're running a half-distance race here from Talladega, 94 laps. Vega's going to come down the back stretch, leading the pack with Cody Ober right behind him, and then it looks like Anthony Poston right there, going to be in the the 3rd position there on the inside lane. Side-by-side action with the 3rd car back. That's going to be the 28 of Poston, and then it's going to be the 4 of Seabrands to the outside. Ryan Libby finds himself there being the 4th car to the inside, and Lynn McNeese is the 2nd car in the outside lane. You are already, as I'm tongue-tied already, see 2 different kind of packs forming here. You got Katie Haight there on the outside of Scott Bellum. That's kind of like that 2nd pack back here. They're already just a little over a second behind the rest of the field. So that's, 17th on back. 16 cars in that front pack, and then everybody else kind of single filed out the back here. But they're 3 wide already. They're going to split Vega. They're going to put him in the sucker hole. We're going to see where he's going to end up falling back to, as it looks like he's going to have the 29 of Landon coming up the middle to try and pick up the 1 of Vega. But right now it's Cody Ober out front with Rick Seabrand. So we're 3 wide here on lap number 2. A little bit of contact there between the 75 of Hancock and Vega. That's going to send Hancock up the track, and Vega's going to take over that spot. He's going to shuffle now the 75 out the back door. It looks like Russell Hancock, though, going to find a position there in 9th. He's going to fall in behind the 29 machine there, but Mark Vega looks like he's going to pull out a line here. He's going to go to the outside, and maybe he's going to fall back and try and save his car a little bit. Cody Ober, though, so far out front. Looks like Poston has him out there by about 2 car lengths over the outside lane. You got Ryan Libby still hanging to that inside lane along with these guys. Look at them fan out as they go down the backstretch. Working lap number 3 here out of the 94 scheduled laps from Talladega. So far, so good racing. We saw a little bobble there between Mark Vega and the 75 of Russell Hancock, but they were able to get it. Now they're going to go 3 wide again. It looks like the 28 of Poston going to go to the middle here. And see who's going to be able to pick him up. Here comes the 184, Lynn McNeese. McNeese is going to go with him. That's going to put Rick Seabrands on the outside all by himself with no help. He's going to end up falling all the way back if he has nobody to go with him. That'll put him back there as he actually found a hole there right in front of the 75 of Russell Hancock. So he's going to fall from being the first car on the outside lane all the way back there to the 8th position. You see that those back group of cars there that went single file from 17th on back. That was Katie Haight there with Dustin German, Joshua Spalding, Brian Beach. They kind of have caught that front pack there. As we got a car around towards the front of the field. Looks like possibly the 102 of David Overstreet was involved there, as he is turned around in that machine. So we're going to take our first MaxSpeedTV replay and go back and see what happened to the 102 of David Overstreet. Having a bunch of 3 wide action. We wonder if 3 wide action is what's going to bring out the first yellow here. Let's see if we can find. There he is, that bright orange car with the yellow numbers to the inside. Running right underneath Hancock. Oh, it looks like Hancock just comes right down and gets right on the right rear quarter panel. It looks like another person involved there. I'm not quite sure exactly what number that was. Maybe we'll be able to go back and take an overhead view here and see what happened once again. I believe that was the 95 of James Mayer who was involved with this. There you see the 102 there, that orange car to the inside, and the orange car on the outside is the 75. Right there it happens. Tanner Thews might have got a little bit of piece of that too. Doesn't look like, Joshua Spalding comes in there, hits David Overstreet. Nobody else involved there, so 3 cars pretty much involved. 95 of Mayer. It looks like Overstreet was involved. Looks like Mayer's motor has expired on the 95. And Joshua Spalding also involved in that. So no other cars involved in that one, just a 3-car incident, just somebody trying to side draft here on the early going lap 4, so working lap 5 here. Looks like the only one to stay out here on your first yellow, that's going to be the number 58 of Sabin right now. I think everybody else is pretty much down pit road. Looks like the 38 of Cody Levitt actually also staying out. Maybe he's going to try and go up here as he is your points leader. Maybe he'll go to the front here and try and lead a lap and possibly watch for him to fall back. But the guys that came down pit road, it looks like the 28 of Poston going to be the first guy out of pit road, followed by Lynn McNeese, Rick Seabrands, Les Levy, Ryan Libby, Cody Ober, and it looks like the 29, Landon Lopper. Well, let's see, since we're in the early going here, we're under yellow for the first time, maybe we can catch up with one of the drivers out there who elected to stay out here under the first caution. Maybe we can get a word in with the driver of the 38, Cody Levitt. You got a copy?
I got you, sir.
Well, Cody, what's going through the mad mind right now as you find yourself in that second position? You stayed out there with that Golden Knights machine.
I didn't think this guy in front of me stayed out. So, bad choice on my part. I was just trying to get a bonus point for legal lap. So, we'll see if we can get one back and then drop back again. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, because now you're going to find yourself lining up on the... Or actually, that's right, I almost forgot. It's the 2001 Throwback Series. How could I almost forget? You're going to find yourself the second car on the outside lane, as there is one car a lap down. Not out there on track yet, but remember, single file restart. So how is that going to play? As I don't believe not many people have done single file restarts at a super speedway.
Hopefully it plays fine, man. We got our one to go right now, so we're getting there. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I gotta go.
I know you gotta go. We'll let you go. We'll get you back down there to your guys, and we'll talk to you after this one, hopefully.
Thank you, sir.
Well, there you heard it from the man, and that was a quick yellow here. So Dave Saban going to lead these guys down to green, as he's the guy out front. No lap down car going to be to the inside here. So let's see how this single file restarts. As you see, Seabrand's really up the track, not even really on the back bumper of Lynn McNeese. Not sure if he's trying to get a jump start on these guys. But green flag's out. Let's see what happens here. It looks like, yep, Rick Seabrand's laid back a little bit. And he's going to try and fill the hole to the outside there, right outside of Lynn McNeese. And it looks like he's going to lead that charge there with Les Levy right behind him. So those two drivers going to jump right to the outside here right away. No waiting around for those guys. There it is. Rick Seabrand now really makes the move. He's going to bring along Les Levy, and it looks like Ryan Libby also going to go along with those guys, and Cody Ober also going to stick his nose there. But right now, still out front, though, it is going to be the 58 of Saban. As here comes the 95 of James Mayer, also to the outside. Looks like Lynn McNeese touching the apron there just a little bit. Looks like you got your top 10, 11 cars here in that first group, and then Jacob Sayers is going to lead that second pack back there. See Cody Ober there kind of getting out of the draft there, just a little bit peeking out the nose. That time at the line, though, the 95 of James Mayer going to the point. Here comes Rick Seabrand. Seabrand's going to jump right underneath the 95 is going into turn one there. He's going to take over the lead, and now he's going to wait for the number 58 of Saban to come back up there and get on his back bumper and push him farther away into the lead. 12 cars in this front pack there. There you see him going by you. And then you see that second pack back there. Over half the field electing to lay off the leaders sometime up here in the front pack. It's just not the place you really want to be. James Mayer now still out front here, or is taking over the inside lane being out front. Les Levy is that car on the outside lane there. Side-by-side action as they come through the tri-oval, working lap number 8. Les Levy going to go to the point. He's going to lead a lap, then he's going to go right down to the bottom. So put Les Levy in the column of a lap led here tonight. Bunch of lead changes here from Talladega already, and we're only 9 laps into this one. Nobody has led more than 2 laps, and that was Saban, who led 2 laps under the yellow flag conditions. Everybody else has been out there leading a lap under the green flag. So you see that backpack really getting single file. Now only a handful of guys stuck to the outside as Ryan Libby goes to the outside, being pushed by Cody Ober right to the lead. So maybe now Ryan Libby going to be able to lead a lap here, as they got a big head of steam off that top lane and just continued to roll past a lot of these guys. But as they thought they were going to be able to quickly get away from them, yeah, here comes everybody else wheeling them back in. Here comes the 29 at the line, though. Still going to be the 46 of Libby. He's going to put his name in the book here tonight. He's going to take away a point. Looks like Cody Levitt, we just talked to him. We didn't know what his strategy was. Unable to lead a lap. He's going to drop to the back of this field and just kind of hang on to this front pack. Ryan Libby still leading this front charge here with Landon Landon on the outside. See, this front pack is not really organized. There is a back pack here. It looks like Dustin German and Scott Bellum are leading these two, or this pack here side by side. They're not organized any longer either. They were single file there, as they are now side by side here, trying to see who can lead the pack the best, as Vega's back there. Vega did start on the pole, right now finds himself in your 25th position. And update on Tony Quadros. Quadros from last week being very strong at Martinsville. Now here at Talladega finds himself right underneath of Mark Vega in the 25th position, so those drivers running 25th and 26th. Back out front, though, nothing's changed. It's still side by side with these two out front. Libby to the inside, Lopper on the outside. And it's got over to the inside, and then Haight is also on the outside. So you got good side-by-side action here towards the front, and there goes Cody Over. He's going to jump to the outside. He's going to try and take the push from the 29 a lap and see if he can lead a lap. He's already led one lap, but why not lead multiple laps? At the stripe this time, give the lap led to Cody Over once again. So 2 laps led as you see him over 200 miles an hour down into turn number 1. He'll get off the front bumper of the 29, and he'll go right back to the front. So they just keep leapfrogging each other. Cody Levitt, though, we thought he was going to jump to the back. He runs 10th place right now on the outside there. He's staying right here in the front pack. Now you see that back here at the front there, the 29 of Landon back to the outside and had a real big head of steam over 200 miles an hour going down into the corner. But the inside lane just kind of a little more organized there with just your front two nose to tail there, Ober and Libby. At the line, let's see if Landon's able to come back here. At the line, give that one again to Cody Ober, though. Cody Ober now has 3 laps led here. That's the most out of everybody. Ober has 3, Saban has 2, Libby has 2. A lot of give and take here towards the front right now. One early caution with maybe just a little bit of a side draft gone wrong. And all 31 drivers who took the green flag are out there right now, but it looks like we're getting into maybe a lap car. It looks like the 102 of David Overstreet. He's back out on track, had to take a tow and use his quick repair, and now he finds himself on the verge of going 2 laps down here. He is the only car a lap down. Here comes your leaders coming through the trial. If you see that 102 machine, he's going to stay high. He's going to allow these guys to pass on the inside. They're going to get him at a good time. They're going to be able to get around him by the time they get down here into turn 1, a majority of them, as Saban's going to clear him right there, so it's not going to be any problem. As Talladega is wide enough that you are able to go 3 wide and not really have too much of an issue, as you do see those line markers there on the corners going down the straightaway. Also, it kind of gives you an indicator of where your belts are on the track. As out front, though, still Cody Ober led that last lap also at the line. Landon Lopper just not able to put that 29 Coors machine out front. Right now, he's just a bridesmaid on the outside with Katie Haight pushing him, as Katie had to back off there for a moment. Maybe a little bit of hot temperatures on that 00 because she has been pushing him since we went back green flag racing back here to the front. Now it looks like Libby's going to go to the outside. As who's going to go with him? Now we're 3 wide at the front here. Libby really high. Nobody went with him, as that left the 29 of Lopper there to the inside, and then that put the number 8 of Cody Ober all the way on the bottom. Libby really going to lose a lot of positions here. He's going to end up being back in Cody Levitt territory, back there about the 10th, 11th, and 12th position. He'll be all right. He'll just be able to take, sit back here in the back of the pack, maybe save a little bit of fuel, unlike the number 8 out front here of Cody Ober. Leading the way so far. Oh, almost a little contact between Les Levy and the number 29 there of Landon Lopper. That's going to put Katie Haight to the outside. Katie Haight might be just taking a break. She might go to the back here. That's going to put Christopher Brown there in that 4th position there on the outside. As Katie Haight's going to slide in there behind David Saban. Saban running in that 6th position there in the Mountain Dew car. Working lap number 16 here under green flag conditions. You really have a big gap. It's a 5-second gap now back to this second pack here. That's led by the number 6 of Dustin German on the outside and the number 32 of Brent Elmore. A whole bunch of guys back here just kind of hanging out. Jeff Bergner, Danny Valenzuela, Bill Bessler, Jacob Sayers, Timothy Truebridge, Aspen Belvin, Mark Vega, David Gainforth, Thomas Gould, Tony Quadros, Garrett Grant, Tanner Hughes. All these guys just really hanging out back here. They are 5 to 7 seconds behind the leaders this whole pack. Out front, though, Cody Ober leading another one. He's parked that number 8 machine on that inside lane, and he's just knocking laps down here. Les Levy just along for the ride. Now, he led his lap, and now he's content with just sitting behind the number 8 of Cody Ober. If my calculations are right, it looks like we're about 12 laps into a fuel run here, so if we continue to go green for about another 5 to 6 laps, you're going to see a lot of these guys maybe ducking off, coming onto pit road, trying to refuel these machines and get them back out onto the track. Going to see only 2 tire stops once they do come down if they get the green flag pit stop, and that's what you really need. Once we see green flag pit stops, you're going to be able to see who, you know, is really practiced getting onto pit road and not being able to lock up the tires and slide and get the car woed up to the 55 miles an hour pit road speed limit that we have here. It's one of those, it's probably one of the trickiest tracks that you're going to go to on this season as you're driving at 200 miles an hour coming off turns number 3 and 4, and you really got to woe her down there as we're 3 wide at the front here. Christopher Brown going to the outside. There, it's going to put number 29 of Landon Lopper in the middle. Les Levy to his inside. We're still going to continue 3 wide as James Mayer now comes to the inside. That orange car on the outside going to be David Overstreet. He is 2 laps down right now, trying to get 1 lap back here at the OP, guys. You got to race your way back for the laps down, so he's trying right now to get a lap back. They do have, I believe, a waiver round, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't have that in the 2001 rule book, but they figured because sometimes it might be just a little bit difficult. Sometimes if you're a lap down car, you don't want to try and race the leader as hard as you can. As I believe we missed it that time by, though, the 29 of Landon Lopper going to go to the top of the charts here. He's going to lead 1 lap. He's been trying for about the last 6 to 7 laps to get around these guys, and he finally did it, and then he parked himself down on the inside, being pushed now by the number 8 of Cody Ober. So put Landon Lopper there now in that category of laps led here tonight. That backpack is now led by the 13 of Jeff Bergner, Danny Valenzuela on that inside lane. They have kind of taken a whole second off your leader's chunk. Now they're only about 4 seconds back. Oh, as the 13 is turned around, looks like Timothy Truebridge and Thomas Gould involved. We saw that live right there, the 13 of Jeff Bergner getting turned around, and we were just about to hit green flag pit stops. We're going to have to go back on a MaxSpeedTV replay here and see what exactly happened between the 13 of Jeff Bergner and the 42 of Danny Valenzuela. Let's go from the blimp cam here and see exactly what happened between those 2 drivers as they were leading that pack back there. There you see it, the Kodiak car, the old Rusty Wallace paint scheme there on the inside lane with Danny Valenzuela driving the old Kyle Petty paint scheme back there. Oh, just a little bit of a hook. And it looked for a moment like the 13 was going to be good, and Timothy Truebridge, and then along with Thomas Gould, just come in there sliding nowhere for all those drivers to go. Thomas Gould involved. Let's see, maybe we can go back just a little bit farther here, and we can see exactly from the driver perspective, if I can get you a camera cockpit view on board with the 97. You see it, nowhere to go as the 13 was turned around. He backed off the throttle, but nowhere for Thomas Gould to go, and he's going to be able to carry on, but he's going to have heavy front end damage done to that 97 machine. That's going to bring our second caution flag out here as you see all the damage done to the 97. Let's see if we can just zoom in just a little bit for you and get a good angle. As you see, it's pretty much pancaked on the front end, so that's not going to be aerodynamically friendly. And I think there was another driver who was involved in that one. There you see Timothy Truebridge, one of the teammates there to the 97. Bunch of damage on his machine. So both those drivers are going to have to come down, and I'm not sure how much damage they're going to be able to beat and bang out of those machines. They might just have to go ahead and click that quick repair and use it here on lap 21. Let's go back out front, though. Rick Seabrands is out front there. He's going to lead the charge down pit road. See everybody coming down pit road. Let's see how they all hit their pit boxes. Looks like all your leaders coming down this time. They're going to come down and refuel as they were only a couple laps away from having to come down anyway. Rick Seabrand's going to be the first driver off pit road. Cody Ober's going to follow with 29 and Landon Lopper. Katie Haight going to exit pit road then. And then Les Levy, Ryan Libby. There's your top 5 as they sit after 21 laps here from Talladega. You just saw a long green flag run there, and that's what these guys really were trying to do. They were trying to make it to the green flag pit stops, and that was maybe going to break apart some of these packs and force drivers into maybe a little bit different of a strategy then. I'm looking for one of the drivers out there in TeamSpeak. I'm not seeing him. I was going to get to talk with one of the drivers involved in that, but, well, let's just pull the 97 here of Thomas Gould and see if he has a copy, as he's sitting on pit road with a ton of damage done to that 97 Rubbermaid machine. Thomas, you got a copy? It's Roger up here in the booth.
Yeah, how's it going, Roger?
Well, I think we're doing probably, well, I'm not going to say a little bit better. We're doing a lot better than it looks like that machine is. What's going to be the strategy going forward here, getting that car fixed?
Definitely not a fast repair. I just think it's too early in the game to be using our one and only. Unfortunately, both wrecks I got caught up in, same with my teammates, so all 3 of my teammates have damage as well, and we're going to be working here together until the end. We'll see what we can pull out.
Yeah, with that front end, we're looking at it right now. It's pretty much a squared front end. It looks like a Mack truck coming back out here on the speedway. How much damage do you have, and is it really going to affect you in the draft?
Overall, I had about 2 minutes of optionals, and it's going to severely affect it. I just need to tuck up behind someone. My rear end is a little dinged, but it's manageable. If I could just get tucked up with someone, and I got a fast car behind me as well, I'll be all right.
Well, good luck the rest of the way, and maybe you can keep the Rubbermaid machine, you know, out of any more harm, and use a quick repair under maybe another yellow or maybe a green flag pit stop, and put it back towards the front of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
So 2 minutes of optional repairs for the number 97. He did not use his quick repair, though. He is going to save that. He thinks it's just a little too early right now. As you see a couple of those drivers towards that inside lane there. It looks like Tanner Thews, Cody Levitt, and David Overstreet. They came back down pit road because the lights on the pace car are off. We will go back green flag racing the next time by. So those drivers electing to come back in, top off the fuel tanks. Maybe they're expecting, you know, maybe a late green flag run here, and it's going to come down to fuel mileage. And when they have to pit the last time, they won't have to put that much fuel in the machine. You know, maybe, you know, 1 second is going to make a world of a difference if we come down to green flag pit stops at the end of this one. But we are a long way from that right now. We have 22 laps in the books here, working lap 23. We'll go back green flag racing here on lap number 24. Rick Seabrand's out front. Cody Ober in the second position. Landon Lopper there in third. Katie Haight finds herself in fourth. Les Levy finds himself fifth place. There you see David Overstreet coming up there on the inside. He's going to be your first car and your only car a lap down, so he's going to try and fight to stay up here with these leaders, and he wants to see a quick yellow come out with himself leading the pack. That will put him, you know, only 1 lap down then, as right now he finds himself 2 laps down. Once again, everybody who's tuning in out there on the it's not Facebook, sorry, we're on YouTube. I just saw my phone light up and it was a Facebook message, but we're over here on YouTube on MaxSpeedTV. Once again, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We know the OP Racing guys, they really enjoy the fans that tune in week and week out to watch them on track, as we're about to go green flag racing. Rick Seabrand's going to lead them down. Cody Ober second, Landon Lopper third, and David Overstreet going to be that lap down 102 car to the inside. Pace car is off. You saw that happen there. It's just that long crawl to the green flag. The green flag's out. We're racing once again here from Talladega. Rick Seabrand's really got a great start on the outside. Looked like the 102 there of David Overstreet. Not really getting up to speed there. As you see everybody take a different strategy there, fanning out, coming down into turn number 1. Your front two, Seabrands and Ober, going to go right to the bottom there and pick up the lap car of Overstreet. That's going to leave Lopper and Haight there to the outside with just 2 cars versus 3 cars. See how that single file restart really kind of spreads them out on a restart. That outside lane, though, able to fight back with Katie Haight really pushing the back bumper there of the Coors Light car. You see a little bit of a gap as she goes through the corner, but once they get on the straightaway, she'll be tucked up right underneath the 29. She'll be pushing that Red Bull car right up against the Coors car, trying to get in front of the Yeti car. Anybody out there in chat, who do you think is better here? The number 8 of Cody Ober with the Bud machine, or the 29 of Landon Lopper in the Coors Light machine? Which one would you guys rather have? You could take either of those beers and you could put them in Rick Seabrand's Yeti. Carry him around the track, keep him nice and cool, keep your hand from getting all wet. As they're going to go side by side down the backstretch here, though. Landon really getting a good shove on that outside from Katie, and then Les Levy's giving her a nice shove, also going down the back straightaway. So you got two by two for the first 3 rows here. Let's see who leads this one at the line. Is it going to be Seabrands to the inside, or is it going to be Lopper on the outside? Give that lap to the number 4 of Rick Seabrands. He's going to lead another one here. That's 8 laps led by the driver of that number 4. Cody Ober is one of those guys who you really enjoy having pushing you. As I watched that Monday night race, and Cody Ober and Alex Green were drafting nose to tail coming to the end of stage number 2, and the number 15 of Alex Green just ran out of fuel. That caused a lot of those guys to scatter coming to the end of that stage, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I might be. I think I remember also hearing Cody Ober had ran out of fuel at that point too. But you see the number 8, Cody Ober, all over the back of the 4 coming through the tri-oval. You got 2 packs once again formed there. Looks like Seabrand's going to lead that lap again. But the second pack being led by the number 1 there of Mark Vega. He's back here running in that 13th place. And then you got another gap all the way back here to Tony Quadros. He's leading this 3rd pack. That's 19th on back. And then you got to go back even a little bit farther. Danny Valenzuela back here in the 42. He's leading a 4th pack. That's 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th back here, all nose to tail. So you got quite a few guys, you know, on different strategies. These guys that are back here, 27th on back, they got a little bit of damage, as that was, you know, involved all 4 of those drivers in the last yellow. Danny Valenzuela, Jeff Bergner, Timothy Truebridge, and Thomas Gould. But out front, they're just about 3 wide. Katie Haight going to take the 3rd lane here, seeing if her and looks like the 46 of Ryan Libby can hook up and go around these guys on the outside. Les Levy's going to jump up there along with her. Oh, look at that. The 29 looked like he was going to go. Oh, boy. Jacob Sayers coming out of nowhere, going up the middle. Les Levy didn't know he was there. Levy was going to come down, and Jacob Sayers was there. They made slight contact between those 2 machines, but they were able to gather it up. That shows, you know, how much time these guys have had on track at these kinds of speeds, side by side, beating off each other's doors, that they were able to keep it straight and keeping green flag racing here. So now your single file out front, your front 2, Rick Seabrands, Cody Ober, and then you got the lap car, the 102 there of Overstreet. Jacob Sayers, though, going to continue to work that outside lane, seeing if Les Levy can get up to him and they can make that outside lane once again work. But Les Levy says, no, I'm just going to duck out here. Aspen Belvin, though, where's he going to go? Because they're 3 wide there for about the 3rd row back. Looks like Aspen Belvin's going to let Les Levy come right back down, get in the front of him. Got some great racing. 8 green flag laps here after that last yellow flag. Let's go back here. Mark Vega still leading this 2nd pack there with James Mayer right behind him. Fred Flintstone gained 4th there in the 101. And then you got Tony Quadros, Garrett Grant, Scott Bellum. There's their 3 wide right there with Bellum in the middle. Elmore to the inside, and that looks like Saban, who was towards the front of the pack early on, finds himself back here in the 19th position right now with Tanner Thews on the outside trying to work their way around that 07 there of Bellum. Just not able to get that run on the outside. Brett Elmore, though, going to jump up there along with them. Looks like Lynn McNeese also back here in this second pack. Points leader Cody Levitt just hanging on back here, hanging out. Back out front, though, it looks like Overstreet trying to get his lap back the hard way. He's going to try and get out in front of this pack and get around your leader. Overstreet bringing the 39 of Jacob Gadam Sayers along with him. Jacob Sayers not having the year that he wanted here with the Throwback Series. Just a string of bad luck for that driver. Right now, though, finds himself up here towards the front of the things. Right now, what he really needs is he really needs to push that 102 of Overstreet out in front of, you know, that number 8 and the number 4 who've been locked nose to tail. You know, seems like the entirety of this race is worth 31 laps here in the books. And yeah, Tristan, if I had to pick one, I'm going with the paint scheme for the driver of the number 8 because Coors, oh boy, that's not the drink of choice, let's just say that. Bud, a lot better of a choice. Donald out there saying he'd rather have some Red Bull. I mean, can't disagree with that. What about the number 69 here of Brian Beach, who's right there? He's driving the NOS car. How about a little NOS, Donald? Do you prefer the Red Bull or the NOS? 3 wide still here. Katie Haight now trying to come to the front with the number 6 of Dustin German, who's got that paint scheme there representing the old Mark Martin throwback, the Valvoline. Those are some colors that I'm sure all you fans out there enjoy. That's the thing with the Throwback Series. It allows these drivers to, you know, unlike Katie, who's, you know, sponsoring, or who has Red Bull. Red Bull did sponsor a car, just was not in the 2001 series. But it just allows these guys to really kind of relive the years from the glory days of NASCAR, when NASCAR was NASCAR and not such a touchy sport as it is anymore. But that finds Rick Seabrands out front. Right now, David Overstreet finds himself in the middle, not going forward. Katie Haight, though, on the outside has the 6 of Dustin German with her, and the 69 there of Brian Beach working the outside. 3 wide racing here down the back stretch. It's the Alabama stretch, if I remember right. Well, somebody prefers Pepsi. Still 3 wide. That just shows, you know, look at all the room in between these drivers. They're not crowding each other. They are using the whole track here to go 3 wide. Katie Haight really working up against the wall. Overstreet able to hold that 102 there in the middle. Right now, Overstreet has this lap. Oh, he's going to go right to the bottom. You saw the flames come out the back, or the side tailpipes of the number 8 of Cody Ober. That caused the inside lane to really check up, but that kind of left the 39 of Jacob Sayers and the 84 of Aspen Belvin there in the middle to defend for themselves right now. We're still going to be 3 wide as Sayers is in the middle, Haight to the outside, and now it's going to put the 4 of Seabrands on the inside following the lap car of David Overstreet. Overstreet now only 1 lap down. Now what he really wants to see is a caution flag, but he doesn't want to be the one that starts it or one that's involved in it. 13 laps here under green flag conditions. Look for pit stops if we get there. Under green flag could come here in just a handful of laps as they're 3 wide at the line. Jacob Sayers going to go to the point here. Jacob Sayers is going to say, "Got him." He's got himself a lap lead here from Talladega. Katie Haight kind of losing a little bit of momentum. Right now you see the 6 of Dustin German. Looks like he's going to drop off the back bumper of the 00. He's going to go to the inside lane there. He's going to bring along Brian Beach, but it looks like that 46 of Libby might possibly stay out to the outside lane there. We're going to have to keep an eye and see what happens now with Katie Haight, as she has nobody up there with her. Looks like she's going to find a slot back down there towards the middle lane. So they're going to go 2 by 2 now for the top. It looks like your top 12. It's 13 cars here in this front pack, but only 12 of them on the lead lap, as David Overstreet is 1 lap down and he is leading this pack. Jacob Sayers would be your leader right now because that lap car is not on the lead lap. David Gainforth leads this whole debacle back here as they're side by side. They are just about 9 seconds actually back from your leaders. That's 13th on back. So that's your second pack, and then your third pack being led here by the 42 of Danny Valenzuela and Bill Bessler to the outside. A bunch of these cars back here have a lot of heavy damage. They are 27 seconds behind the leader. That's half a track. At that time at the line, or actually coming to the line this time, it looks like they're three wide racing once again. Rick Seabrand's though going to lead a lap here. Once again, that's going to give him 16 laps led here out of the 37. That's the most laps led. The next person who has the most laps led, that's going to be the number 8 of Cody Ober, who finds himself on that inside lane, still pushing the number 4 of Seabrands. Right now, I don't think Seabrands is really all that worried that the 102 of Overstreet is in front of him, as that's actually allowing the driver of the 4, who's been really out front for a lot of this stint, able to tuck in there, save a little bit of fuel for that number 4 Yeti machine. Now Dustin German, though, going to go to the front with Brian Beach pushing him. Let's see if he can hang on here and get back around to the line and lead a lap for the number 6 machine. As it looks like with them all being single file, it looks like that's what he's going to be able to do. As you see the field really starting to single file out now, I wonder if they're getting into pit formation. Maybe if there's a little bit of communication as Overstreet looks to go to the outside here. Nobody going to go with him. Cody Ober, though, is actually going to the middle lane. This front pack starting to shuffle things up. Right now, Dustin German leads the way with the 69 of Brian Beach there in second place. The 102 of David Overstreet being pushed by the 8 of Cody Ober. They're trying to get the 102 back up around your leaders here to get a lap back, as he has to fight for it, and he has been fighting for it. We've seen him take an aggressive move from the outside to the inside. Will he do it once again if his spotter is going to clear him? At the line that time, Dustin German led another one. Right now, it looks like it has David Overstreet scored 1 lap down, but Dustin German leading 2 laps here now. Oh! The lap down car of Overstreet getting turned off the front bumper of the 8. The leaders are all involved. Overstreet is up and over. Jacob Sayers involved. Brian Beach involved. Cody Ober was the one who started that. Oh, Gainforth getting involved as Overstreet was trying to turn it around. That's going to collect Saban, and it looks like Brent Elmore also involved now. So they're continuing to pile in here on the backstretch. We're going to have to go back and check exactly. We'll go from the blimp cam. It's going to give us the best camera angle here as the wreck has already started. So we'll watch her out here as you see Christopher Monroe involved. Jacob Sayers sliding across that top lane. Let's watch as Overstreet tries to get the car fired and turn back around. Just doesn't get it turned around in time. Here comes the 101 of Gainforth. He gets hit. Looks like Saban going to hit the inside wall. Brent Elmore now has heavy damages. It looks like the motor on the number 101 is expired. There you see it once again, just a little bit off the bumper there between the 8 and the 102. Go on board there with David Gainforth. He's slowing down, and all of a sudden he sees the 102 coming back down across the track. He spins out right in front of David Saban. Saban's going to get involved. So some bad luck there for David Gainforth. That's not what he wanted to see. He was just kind of hanging out towards the back, trying to prevent that from happening. A lot of those other guys back there, it looks like Quadros, Levitt, Grant coming to a complete stop back there, not trying to get involved. But right there you see Gainforth did make it to pit road. He did get his quick repair, as Dustin German has a lot of damage on the number 6. He's probably going to have to use his quick repair also, as he was up there in the front. Looks like the 6 is going to elect to not take his quick repair. Rick Seabrands, though, that number 4 Yeti machine looks pretty clean. You see him down there in his pit stall. Looks like Libby going to be the first one off pit road with Katie Haight. They only, I'm going to assume, took fuel only as they spent 6.9 seconds in their pit stall. So a quick stop for Ryan Libby to get out front. Mark Vega also getting out there in the 3rd position. Well, let's see if we can get a word in with the driver who was involved in that yellow there. The driver of the number 8, Cody Ober. Tell us what happened.
Well, from my perspective, I'm not sure. I feel like he went up the track a little bit, and then I just got a run, and I tried to let off and got into the back of him, but I'm not sure if we'll let race control see what actually happened.
Yeah, as the 102 there of David Overstreet was trying to get a lap back there with your help pushing him towards the front. Unfortunately, it looks like maybe something happened there. I'm not quite sure. That's not my call at all. You know, the lap car has to really battle to get his lap back, and that's exactly what he was trying to do. And you were trying to push that car to the front there, and things like that do tend to happen here at super speedways.
Yeah, I was trying to give him a good boost to get him up front because I know how hard it is to get your lap back, but I'm not sure if it was more my fault or more his fault. Again, I'm not going to make that call, but I guess we'll see in a review.
Yeah, tell us about the racing, though, that has been going on out there. As you guys had two green flag runs here that were about to lead us into green flag pit stops. Unfortunately, yellow's coming out both times. But how's the racing been out there? How's it felt in the pack?
Oh no, the racing's been great. For the most part, it's been very clean and respectful between everybody. I've had the opportunity to run up front most of the night. Yeah, it's been great. We've been battling and swapping the front spot multiple times. So it's been real good racing.
Good racing it is. Well, hey, we'll get you back down there, as I believe you're going to get the 1 to go here. So we'll get you back down there to the boss. So I'd be afraid of the boss, but I'll put you back there with him.
All right, thank you.
Well, there you heard it from the driver of the number 8. Not exactly sure what transpired there. He lifted a little bit to try and let the 102 have the position. Unfortunately, he got turned around. That's not what David Overstreet wanted to see, as David Overstreet right now 4 laps down off the track. The only driver off track right now. Christopher Brown is 2 laps down. He finds himself in 30th. He is out there on track coming up to speed. But right now, actually, it looks like Tanner Thews somehow is going to be your leader here. There's your top 5 as they sit at the top of the board there. Tanner Thews, David Sabin, Jeff Bergner, Danny Valenzuela, Bill Bessler rounds out your top 5. And then it's going to be Ryan Libby, Katie Haight, Mark Vega. Rick Seabrands finds himself now in the 9th position, and Les Levy rounds out your top 10. Let's check our caution counter here from Talladega. It looks like we've had 3 caution, only 5 caution laps. This will be number 6. 53 laps to go. We've had 16 lead changes already here tonight. So not quite halfway. We're at the halfway and a handful of laps here from Talladega as Tanner Thews finds himself in the position that he's used to seeing. Out front, nothing in front of him but the pace car right now. Once the pace car ducks off, that's what he exactly wants to see. Right there, right like that. Hear him downshifting, most likely into 2nd gear, is exactly what the 23 is going to launch from. No lap down cars to the inside as Christopher Brown not able to make it to the front of the field here. He is out on track though. Green flag's going to come out. We're going to go back green flag racing here on lap number 43 out of the 94 schedule. Tanner Thews out front. David Sabin's in 2nd. Jeff Bergner finds himself there in 4th. And Danny Valenzuela is in 5th. Great start for your top three. Danny Valenzuela looks like he might have been sleeping a little bit. Bill Bessler's going to allow him to get back in line there right in front of him, but here comes Ryan Libby leading the charge for the group that was down pit road. Ryan Libby going to look to go to the outside here at Danny Valenzuela. As you can see him spreading out towards the back of the field too. A couple of those guys not being able to come up to speed right away, but we're going to go 3 wide here for the front. Tanner Thews to the inside. Jeff Bergner there in the middle. And I believe that's going to be Ryan Libby there on the outside. So right away from the drop of the green here, we're going to go back 3 wide racing. Like I said early on, the OP guys, they never disappoint. They will put on a show from the time you say go. And at the line that time, give the lap led to the number 13. Jeff Bergner puts the Kodiak machine to the front with a little help from Danny Valenzuela. They got separated as they went in the corner. Valenzuela going to drop to the bottom. Whew, that was close between him and Bergner. Bergner able to get to the bottom also. They really took off the nose there of Tanner Thews, though. Tanner had to check up quite a bit. As you see 2 packs forming already. This one and then another one led by the number 184. Lynn McNeese going to lead that second pack back there. That's 19th on back. But right up here comes Mark Vega now, sticking that number 1 Pennzoil machine through the middle with Rick Seabrands pushing him and Cody Ober. 3 drivers that work together in practice and in qualifying to get great starting positions 1 through 3. Now they're 1 through 3 there in the middle, trying to go back to the front, trying to work around 2 teammates there of Bergner and Valenzuela that are on the inside. They're going to clear the 46 Ryan Libby there on the outside. That's going to put Mark Vega out front right now. Vega out front there, right in front of Rick Seabrands. So 2 by 2 here at the front. Vega trying to nose out the number 13 of Jeff Bergner. And right now it looks like if they stay nose to tail, it looks like the 1, the 4, and the 8 will definitely have the momentum. That inside lane, though, fights back coming through the corner there. Danny Valenzuela really pushing on the back bumper of Jeff Bergner. As you saw Tanner Thews get out of line there, that's going to break apart that inside lane just a little bit. That's going to allow the outside lane with Mark Vega to get ahead of steam. That time at the line, give it to Mark Vega. Once again, the outside lane just being able to prevail once they get that momentum rolling. More cars to the inside, but if you can stay closer nose to tail on that outside lane, you can really make some hay. That's exactly what Mark Vega's doing out there with Seabrands and Ober. 3 drivers that are really stout super speedway drivers. Looks like Vega's going to go to the inside here. Didn't quite have the 4 clear, so that's going to leave now Seabrands to the outside of Mark Vega. Cody Ober still out there, along with now here comes Katie Haight, Les Levy, and Ryan Libby to the outside. So put 5 guys on the outside, and along here comes Brett Elmore and Cody Levitt also just hanging on to the back there. Time at the line. Rick Seabrand's going to add another one to his total, give him 17 now laps led. That's going to put Cody Ober now to the outside. Now is Cody going to be able to leapfrog? You've seen Mark Vega do it. You've seen Seabrands do it. And now is Cody Ober going to do it? Is he going to leapfrog to the inside and put those 3 guys, just swap the positions around a little bit? Katie Haight and Les Levy really giving him a good push. He's going to duck to the inside. Katie's going to go right along with him. That's going to leave Les Levy there on the outside with the 46 of Libby all by themselves, as Katie was really pushing the daylights out of Ober down the straightaway. Now Katie's going to pop back out once again and look to the outside to go 3 by 3 here at the 2 by 2 for the first 3 rows at the line. Les Levy goes, nah, I'm going to go to the outside, not going to quite get it. Cody Ober going to lead that lap. Give 9 laps now to the driver of the number 8. Les Levy had no help. He's going to have to fall back and hopefully be able to find his way in line there. Here comes Jeff Bergner once again. Jeff Bergner, Danny Valenzuela still hooked up on the inside lane. Looks like you got about 15 cars in this first pack. Towards the back of this pack, though, you got the number 95 of James Mayer, Bill Bessler, Cody Levitt, and the number 9 of Joshua Spalding. They're kind of just hanging on back there for see what happens. Danny Valenzuela making a big move from the inside lane to the outside lane. You saw that 42 Mellow Yellow machine really rocket to the outside. He's trying to follow that number 13 there, the Kodiak machine of Bergner to the front. We've seen those drivers from, started out back, made their ways to the middle of the field, then got into each other a little bit, if you will, and had to go all the way to the back when we were about 29 seconds off the pace. Now they find themselves after that yellow right back up here working with the leaders. That just shows super speedway racing, you know, one moment it could be really bad for you, and the next moment it could be really good. Now they find themselves the two cars on the outside as Katie Haight gonna drop down right in front of the 46. They're gonna take over the inside lane from the number 8 there. The 8, though, gonna go right back out to the outside. He's gonna try and see if Jeff Bergner now can push him back around. They're just pretty much playing leapfrog here. Jeff Bergner, though, gonna go to make a third lane. Now, where's Les Levy going to go? Because Les Levy has worked with the number 8 of Ober before. Here comes Mark Vega to go make it, you know, 3 wide there. He's going to stuff it there in the middle. They're behind Cody Ober. Here comes Ryan Libby to the outside. He's going to jump up in front of the number 8 of Ober and see if he can now leapfrog Katie Haight. What's he going to do when he clears Katie? Is he going to jump down? He rides in the middle right now. That outside lane, though, the 13 and the 42, they're nose to tail, and they're coming back strong on the outside lane if they can just work together out there. 3 wide racing. Never a dull moment. Coming to finish lap number 50. We're over halfway here. We missed that with all the excitement that's going on track there. That time at the line, the 46 of Libby, you're going to lead that lap, but that outside lane there, the 13 and the 42, still able to stay right there, just the 2 of them. The rest of the field to the inside and just the 2 of them. I think that was a Will Smith song back in the 90s, so that kind of fits under the categories of a throwback. Looks like the 58, though, as Saban sees that outside lane really working. He's going to jump out there and see if he can tag along. Tanner Thu's also up top there. Look at all that room in between all those drivers. You'd pretty much be able to take another 2 cars there and make it 5 wide between everybody. See, Libby saw that outside lane coming. He jumped up there to block the number 13 there of Bergner. Now they're going to go 3 wide for about the 3rd position on back. Here comes Libby, though. He's going to go now. He finds himself side by side with Katie Haight, and they're running 2 complete opposite lines. Katie there on the inside. Libby on the outside, though way far outside. Mark Vega still holding the number 1 Pennzoil machine there with Les Levy behind him. Those guys being stuck in the middle. Jeff Bergner pushing on the back bumper of Ryan Libby, trying to get that rock wall machine moving. Working lap number 12 of the tire run here, of the fuel run. Tires won't really mean a factor. 15 cars here in this lead pack. Cody Levitt being the last car hanging on back there. A couple of the guys who we were talking about is at the line that time. Cody Ober going to lead that lap. Dustin German leading the 2nd lap with the 39 of Sayers. Aspen Belvin also back there. Boy, how the tides turn after a yellow flag. You know, you saw these 2 drivers that are leading this 2nd pack up there leading the field at the time of yellow. And now they find themselves just trying to hang on back here in the 16th and 17th position. But, oh, Bergner up into the outside walls. They're 3 wide at the front here going down the backstretch. Katie Haight, though, in the middle right in front of Mark Vega. Katie trying to go back to the front. Just kind of check that outside lane up just for a moment, but it looks like they're going to be all right, and they're really working the outside there. You almost saw them get into that safer barrier coming off the corner. See a little bit of a cloud cover rolling in here. Let's check and see what our track temperature is at the line, though. Give that one to Katie Haight. Track temperature way down, as we saw it over 100 degrees before we took the green flag, but this cloud really rolled in and cooled the track off at 80 degrees. Now it's going to allow these drivers to really push a little bit harder. A little bit harder, I mean a lot harder. 14 laps now on the fuel run. Possibly 4 to 5 laps away from seeing green flag pit stops. That outside lane kind of losing a little momentum now as Danny Valenzuela not able to stay up there with the number 13 of Bergner and the 46 of Libby. Out front, though, still Katie Haight and the number 8 there of Cody Ober. Who's going to have it at the line? Is it going to be the 8 or the 00? That is too close for me to call, but timing and scoring is going to give it to the 00 of Katie Haight. That didn't really last too long. Just at the line, they gave it to Katie as Ober really fights back there on the inside. That outside lane is pretty much non-existent now up here at the front, as there you saw the 13 of Bergner and Valenzuela bail on the outside lane. That leaves Ryan Libby there on the outside lane, but he'll find his way down onto that second groove right behind Sabin. So now just 2 wide racing here. Let's go check back here once again with our second pack back here, led by Jacob Sayers, Dustin German. They're still side by side. Aspen Belvin really pushing the back bumper there of the Fastenal 39 machine. They're still side by side there. Jacob Sayers has the momentum on the outside, just not able to clear him and go, jump down in front of him, as they're losing more and more time to your leaders. There you see Dustin German going to go up to the outside lane, though. That's going to leave Brian Beach and Lynn McNeese there on the inside. So these guys are now 9.5 seconds back of your leaders. Your leaders still out here, though. Katie Haight on the outside and Cody Ober there to the inside. Rick Seabrands is still attached to the back bumper of Cody. Nothing new there at the front. Mark Vega pushing Katie Haight. That third car on the inside lane, the number 32 of Brent Elmore, and then you got it looks like the number 62 on the outside there is Les Levy. James Mayer has made his way back to the front there in the 95. He finds himself 7th, the 4th car on the inside lane. Danny Valenzuela is right behind him in 10th. So that is 15 cars you see right there in your front group. Tanner Thu's trying to make the outside lane go, but not really going to get too far by himself, as you see Libby come right back around him. So that means Tanner will drop into position. Tanner running in your 11th position right now. $18 laps now on fuel. This could be the first time tonight that we're going to see green flag pit stops. Mark Vega once again coming to the back bumper of Katie Haight as they work down the backstretch. You see a couple guys really single filing out towards the back of this field. Just leaves 4 cars side by side now. Katie on the outside, followed by Mark Vega, Les Levy, and then the 58 is Sabin. Those are the only ones that are still out there on the outside lane. No takers for pit road just yet. Have not seen anybody hit pit road. Katie Haight going to lead that lap, being pushed by Mark Vega. She's going to drop to the inside now because she knows it's just about that time. Leave 3 cars to the outside. Now Mark Vega going to drop down to the inside lane right in front of Katie. Let's see if they come off turn number 4, if there's going to be any takers dropping to the inside. Here comes Danny Valenzuela. It looks Danny's going to be coming down. Looks like the 13 of Jeff Berger and Tanner Thu is also coming along with them. Let's see if they're going to be able to, looks like all 3 of those gentlemen going to be able to get her woed down onto pit road. Let's see, nobody out of this second pack is coming down, so only 3 drivers electing to pit. Everybody else staying out here. Mark Vega leading the charge over the 00 of Katie Haight, Cody Ober, Rick Seabrands, Les Levy, Dave Sabin, Brent Elmore, James Mayer, Ryan Libby, Bill Bessler, Joshua Spalding, Cody Levitt. That rounds out your top 12 drivers. Let's see if this time, if anybody else peels off. Doesn't look like anybody else coming down pit road just yet. Not in your first pack anyway. Let's see, coming down here is anybody from your second pack. It looks like the 6 of German's coming down. It looks like the 69 of Beach. Oh boy, here comes that number 29. He has to lock him up just a little bit. That's Lopper. He's going to be able to woe him up though. So 3 more drivers down pit road. All 3 of them getting woed down to pit road speed. No speeding penalties just yet. There's those 3 guys who pitted first. That's going to be the 23 of Thews, the 42 of Valenzuela, and the 13 of Bergner. I'm not sure what's going on there. You're seeing all the drivers have to swerve around them. Kind of broke up the pack just a little bit as the lap cars just were not organized as the leaders got there. Who's coming down this time? Nobody, it looks like, once again, out of your front group, as they're all single file now. Let's check back to the second pack and see if anybody's going to duck off here. Looks like the 37 of Christopher Brown, the only one coming down. Christopher Brown possibly speeding, entering pit road. As your leaders work down the backstretch here once again. 4-car, little bit of a breakaway, about a second lead over the 5th place car of Les Levy in the 62. But that's not that big of a lead, as Les Levy will still have the draft. Looks like here comes your leaders. All of them. Here comes all your leaders down pit road, including... that's 10 cars coming onto pit road altogether. Looks like everybody's going to get them woed up there, so your 10 leaders coming down pit road together. That's going to leave... Actually, here comes everybody else. Everybody else is coming down pit road. It's the madhouse at the dance now. Looks like Timothy Trubridge having a little bit of an issue coming into pit road. Didn't want to make contact with a couple of those guys. Elected to take out the commitment cone. Looks like your leaders are down and away. Just fuel here, as they only spent about 9 seconds in the pit box. Katie Haight out front, Seabrand second, Libby third. If they can quickly get organized, they have a 1.5-second gap right now back to Cody Ober and Cody Levitt, as those guys aren't even close to each other either. Cody Levitt, James Mayer, and Joshua Spalding, though, they are nose to tail. So those 3 drivers are your first 3 drivers that are nose to tail. Katie Haight still accelerating. Looks like she has about a 1/2-second lead over Rick Seabrands, and then it's a 2nd lead over Ryan Libby, so they're going to have to really get organized. Those 3 drivers, if they could get organized, they could actually run away right now, just the 3 of them. There you see how big of a gap they have right now, all the way back to the 4th place, is now all 3 of them drivers are going to go nose to tail. They have a 3.5-second gap back here to these 4 drivers. Cody Ober, Cody Levitt, James Mayer, and Joshua Spalding, and then Mark Vega is off the pace just a little bit. Shouldn't say off the pace, but just does not have a draft as of right now. As it looks like the number 8 of Cody Ober is going to back up, possibly be able to take the draft here from these 3 drivers, and also bring Mark Vega back into the action. As if Vega can get the draft off the 8, the 8's still going to be able to hang on. He's only a 1/2-second back. They all should be able to get a 5-car train going there. And then you got to go a little bit farther back here. It looks like Dustin German leading the charge there for your 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th position, all right here in this little pack. So this is a 7-car pack together. As Tanner Thews, Danny Valenzuela, and it looks like the 13 and Jeff Bergner unsure what they want to really do with each other. All 3 of those drivers came down pit road together, and they're still 3 wide back here, as they really need to get single filed out. Brent Elmore leads the next pack. That's Brent Elmore, Anthony Poston, and Scott Bellum. Then you got to go back here. Dave Sabins hooked up with the 97 of Thomas Gould and the 101 of David Gainforth. And then I think I'm actually looking through timing and scoring. I think I only see 2 guys that had a speeding penalty. That's going to be the 12 of Tony Quadros, the 10 of Garrett Grant, and actually I lie. I see another one here. That's going to be the 84 of Aspen Belvin. Les Levy also, as that's refreshing here. We're getting a couple other guys who had to spend close to about a minute in pit road, so those guys all getting speeding penalties. But Katie Haight out front. Rick Seabrands finds himself there 2nd, and Ryan Libby finds himself in 4th. Those guys have now pulled a 4.2-second lead over that next group, but Cody Ober, Mark Vega, Cody Levitt, Dustin German. It's actually, I'm not sure, as I thought Brian Beach was also up here in this group, but he finds himself back here in the 9th position now. Not sure what happened there. We didn't see it happen live because that was going to be a 5-car train, and now it's only a 3-car train. It looks like Cody Levitt is the one who's left out on the island by himself. Out front, though, Green Flag Racing, your leader's Katie Haight, finds herself out front, leading the way here. Katie Haight has 13 laps led, started back in the 21st position, and has worked her way up to where she is running right now. Everybody pretty much strung out all over the track. As I look at my own little track map here, and there is drivers on every portion of this track now. You got drivers just right in front of your leaders here. That's going to be the 37 of Chris Brown, Les Levy, and I think I can't quite catch a number. That's going to be the 75 of Russell Hancock. So these drivers are hanging on. Well, Hancock and Levy are hanging on to the tail end of the lead lap. The 37 of Christopher Brown is 2 laps down. Now it looks like once the leaders catch them, they will end up possibly going 3 laps down here. As there goes your leaders working to the outside here as they work down the backstretch once again. Your leaders having a huge head of steam over those guys who are not. They have a 10-mile-an-hour difference between your leaders right there, nose to tail, than those other 3 cars that were broken apart. As you can see them just pretty much run away from them. Look how much they caught them going down into turns number 3. As they come off of 4, you could park 2 semis between those cars. The leaders have now opened up a 4.7-second gap back to the 3rd place runner of Joshua Spalding, Cody Ober, Mark Vega. Back here, this is about your closest pack, as you got Dustin German leading this pack here with 29 of Landon Lopper on the outside. Brian Beach is there on the inside. Tanner Thews is rocking right there in the 10th position on the outside. And you got Bill Bessler. Looks like Jeff Bergner, Danny Valenzuela, and Cody Levitt. Really not sure what happened to Cody Levitt, as he was in your 4th position a handful of laps ago with that 5-car group that, we were talking about. Now finds himself back here in 14th. Not sure what happened to the driver of the 38, but lost 10 positions through that whole exchange and doesn't want to lose any more. Brent Elmore back here with Anthony Poston. They are a second and a half back from that group in front of them, but they are nose to tail, and if they stay nose to tail, unlike the group that's in front of them, they're going to be able to catch them. Back out front, still the same song, still the same song, still the same dance going on between these 3. Haight out front, Seabrand second, Libby there in your 3rd position. They've now opened up a 4.8-second gap back to Joshua Spalding. Oh, we're going to step away momentarily while we're still under Green Flag Racing. And we'll be back here in just a moment. As we were away, a caution flag waving out on track. I think that involves the 28 of Anthony Poston. As you see him down to the infield there, spun around, heavy damage done to that Haviland machine. Let's see if we can go back and take a replay and see what happened as they were 3 wide racing back here. It looks like Jeff Berger, Danny Valenzuela, David Sabin, James Meyer, Quadro is also in that group. Looks like 3 wide racing with Austin there in the middle. Oh, looks like maybe either Danny came down or maybe a little net code between all them drivers. That's not who we wanted to click on there. Let's see if we can find it before it happens. There you see Austin on the inside. Oh, yeah. Looks like the 42, the Mellow Yellow machine of Danny Valenzuela coming down, making a little bit of contact. That sent the 28 there of Boston right up the track. So heavy damage for that machine as he's trying to limp her around. He doesn't want to have to tow it because this is a long track and it takes a very long time to tow. So a late race yellow really going to throw a monkey wrench into this one. Let's see, maybe we can get a word in with the driver of the 28 as he was involved in that. Tony, what happened out there?
It just blew up.
Or sorry, Todd. I was looking at timing and scoring and I saw something jump around. It was Tony and I called you Tony. I apologize for that. And it just blew up out there. So how much farther you got to coast around this track or are you going to make it back?
It's going to be close.
Well, it's going to be close as that Haviland machine is all tore up. Do you still have a quick repair left that you're going to be able to use to get back out there?
I do.
Well, you got a quick repair left then. So with, you know, a quick repair here, looks like if you can coast back around, which you're coming off turn number 4, so you should be able to get her down into pit road before the leaders come back around, so that'll leave you on the lead lap. What's going to be the strategy going forward here?
Just get this repaired and get back out there.
Well, short, sweet, and right to the point, I guess you can say, as here you come coasting in, as Mayer's coming to your outside there, but I guess we're going to get you back down there, unless you want to tell us exactly what happened.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, short and sweet. You heard it from the driver. Maybe just a little bit of disgust there as, you know, we were 3 wide racing, not in contention for the win as Rick Seabrands is still your leader out front. Looks like all your leaders did come down pit road there, so let's see. Let's check here. If we can pull up the caution, it will tell us exactly. It looks like with 21 to go, it's going to be rather close on fuel. So these guys are going to have to be out there saving fuel. While we're still under caution here, let's try and find out what happened to your points leader for Cody Levitt as you saw him really drop through the field. Cody, you got a copy?
I gotcha.
Well, Cody, tell us what happened there. We saw you in 4th place there coming out of the green flag pit stops, and then all of a sudden we looked up timing and scoring. We found you in 14th place.
Yeah, I just couldn't latch on to the drafts for the first 3 cars. There was some kind of wreck, I think, right in front of me. Someone died, and then I went to dodge that, and I lost them, so it's all good now.
Yeah, it's all good. We're going to line them up, and we're going to have under 20 to go once we go back green flag racing. Green flag racing here. What do you got to do here towards the end of this one?
Just conserve fuel. I'm going to go in one more time, see if I can save enough to make it.
You think it's going to be rather that close on fuel that I believe everybody in front of you from 17th on up is going to stay out there? Do you think they're going to be close on fuel?
I think so. I still need like a gallon, so we'll see how much that changes, I guess.
Well, put some fuel in that 38 Vegas Knights machine and hopefully have enough fuel to make it the rest of the way.
Hope so. Thank you, man.
So Cody Levitt saying that he's going to be just a little bit short on fuel, so let's see how that's going to play out as up front, though, Rick Seabrand's going to be leading them here to green. Actually, I believe Les Levy will lead us to green. Aspen Belvin. I'll learn to read the timing and scoring one day. Aspen Belvin, with a bunch of damage on that 84 machine, going to be the last car, along with Les Levy, on the lead lap. So they will start in front of your leaders here. So it's going to be interesting to see, as I believe Timothy Truebridge, Lynn McNeese, and Russell Hancock should also be coming to the inside, as those drivers are your first handful of cars a lap down. As you see, there comes the number 184, Lynn McNeese. He's coming up there. There comes Russell Hancock, and Christopher Brown also coming along to the inside there. So right now you're going to have 3 cars to the inside, battling it out here, and then you're going to have 2 cars trying to stay on the lead lap. Right there, you see it. 4 cautions here tonight. Not bad here, as we have a 94 laps. The scheduled distance, 75, working lap number 75 here. Gonna have under 20 to go once we go back green flag racing here. Hopefully we can finish this one out under green flag conditions, especially with the racing we've seen here tonight. See that pace car ducking off. I'm really worried and wondering what's gonna happen here with the number 84 of Aspen Belvin, as there is a bunch of damage on that car. Is that machine going to go up to speed, or is it not? We're going to find out here once the green flag waves. As you see, Les Levy already, taking the peak out from around the number 84 there. As green flag's out, we're racing once again here. Christopher Brown not really getting up to speed on the inside lane. Aspen Belvin so far able to hang on there. He's going to go right down to the bottom, right in front of Les Levy. That's going to leave, Lynn McNeese. That's going to leave Les Levy on the outside there with Rick Seabrands. You see him working down the backstretch. It looks like Katie was thinking about it momentarily of going 3 wide. See, Les Levy's going to go to the inside now. Allow the leaders to have the outside lane. That's going to leave Rick Seabrands, Katie Haight, Joshua Spalding, Ryan Libby, Mark Vega, Cody Ober, Landon Lopper on the outside lane. So your first 7 guys on the outside lane, then a little bit of a gap back to Tanner Thews. Bill Bessler is on the inside lane, and Justin German is also on the outside lane. So lap cars mixed in here. It's something you got to consider and kind of watch out for, because there's a lot of damage on some of those lap down cars. You get them in the middle of a pack and they might start to overheat, and then an engine might expire and could cause havoc in the middle of the field here towards the end of this one. See him working down the backstretch. A couple guys choosing different lanes there. Dustin German going to go to the inside. Tanner Thews to the way outside. No help though out there. Katie Haight finds herself out in front right now, though. 17 to go once we get through the tri-oval here and back to the line. Katie Haight now takes it to the front. 21 laps led. That's the most here tonight. Second best is by Seabrands, who is running right there in your 3rd position. He has 20, and Cody Ober's led 12 laps. Dustin German looking there towards the outside, looking like he wants to go 3 wide, and he's going to go 3 wide with Tanner Thews right behind him. So maybe he thinks it's time now with under 20 to go, as it looks like Christopher Brown was in the outside wall there. He's way off the pace. He was in the wall. No harm, no foul, though. Not going to involve any of the leaders. We're going to go right back up front here, as Dustin German still trying to make that outside work, and he is. Dustin German, Tanner Thews working to the outside, 16 to go. That time at the line, as they're going to go around Jacob Sayers and shoot to the inside there. 3 wide for quite a few rows there. It looks like we have about 3 wide for the first 2 rows, and then a little bit farther back, Lynn McNeese was also 3 wide. Look at them fan out as they go down the backstretch, 3 wide. Lynn McNeese now to that outside lane. Lynn McNeese a lap down, though, so he's not really in contention. See what kind of spoiler he plays, see who he can go with and who he can help, because that car doesn't look like it's all that beat up. Looks like Ryan Libby going to be the odd man out, as Cody Ober going to push Mark Vega all the way to the outside. Here comes Rick Seabrands now, though, to help the 46. So they're going to continue the 3-wide trend here. 15 to go that time by. Mark Vega, Cody Ober really using that outside lane to their advantage. They've been hooked nose to tail, and they know what it's going to take to get this win here tonight. That inside lane losing a little bit of momentum there. Dustin German going to jump down in front of Katie Haight. That's going to put Dustin German in front of Katie Haight on the inside lane. That's going to put Libby and Seabrands once again in the middle by themselves. It looks like, oh, Ryan Libby might be having a little bit of connection issues. That's going to play havoc there on a lot of those guys, as right now you don't see him. Is he going to come back? He comes back, and he's already to the inside lane there. Mark Vega jumping to the inside to go 3 wide. Libby going to take over the lead on the inside lane there. So now it's Libby to the inside, Vega in the middle, and put Cody Ober on the outside to make it 3 wide. Wide here, right at the front from your first 3 rows are 3x3. Outside lane kind of losing a little momentum, though. That's the 29 of Landon Lopper there on the outside, pushing the number 8 of Cody Ober. But they're going to stay out there, and they're going to see a little bit of damage on the 29. Maybe that's kind of hampering his speed to the outside. That time at the line, though, Ryan Libby leading another lap here. So Libby has 6 laps led in that 46 machine on the inside. Mark Vega, though, in that one machine, that black Pennzoil machine, he is just not going away. Oh, a caution flag is waving once again. I think it's Brent Elmore is turned around. And no, it's not Brent Elmore. I think that's Dave Sabin flipping through the grass here with 13 laps to go. So it's going to bring out an even later yellow here from Talladega. It's going to throw. I'm not sure where this wreck happened. Let's go back here on this replay. Dave Sabin was running about the 16th position. Dave Sabin running back here with Danny Valenzuela, it looks like. Garrett Grant also back here. Let's go to the blip. They go 3 wide. Garrett Grant in the middle. Tony Quadro is also right there. Let's see what happens. Oh, it looks like Garrett Grant comes down a little bit. That's going to collect Valenzuela and Bergner. It looks like Christopher Brown also involved. Sabin just taking a wild ride through that infield grass there then. Let's go on board here with driver of the 58. Well, Sabin comes to rest finally on his wheels, but no motor, so he had to tow. So that's going to be a long tow for driver of the 58 machine. He is in pit road, though. Out front, still leading the way, Ryan Libby. Out front, Mark Vega is second, followed by Dustin German, Rick Seabrands, Joshua Spalding, Katie Haight, Scott Bellum, Bill Bessler, Cody Ober, and Landon Lopper rounds out your top 10. Well, let's talk to the boss man himself who finds himself. I know we just got the 1 to go here, Mark, but tell us, what's your strategy? You're really making that number 1 car work here tonight.
Trying to save fuel because it's looking like it's going to be a fuel gain here.
Yeah, it's going to be a fuel game. I see the lights on the pace car actually are still on, so we got a moment. Tell us how the driving has been out there tonight. We've seen a lot of good 3-wide racing, especially with yourself. You've been working with Seabrands really good out there along with Cody Ober. Is that something that you 3 have planned out throughout the night?
Well, we practice, during practice we were pushing each other, and during qualifying, Cody's actually my teammate in GOP. So trying to get him up there with me.
Yeah,
but the temperatures are going high fast.
Temperatures, we have a cloud over track right now. Maybe we can see, let's check if we can get a quick fix here on what the temperature is. Track temp when we started this one was up over 105 degrees mark. Right now it finds itself at 88 with a cloud over top of the track right now. So does that really play havoc with these motors here, with you guys being tucked up underneath each other with the clouds when they come and go?
Yes, it is. Big time. Cody was telling me after 2 laps that he was almost at 100 his temperature, so it's got to be playing a big role.
And now once we go back green flag racing, we're going to have under 10 laps to go. Are all bets off here? Is Cody going to continue to push the #1 machine, or do you think he might pop out with, coming off of turn 4?
Cody's a good friend of mine and my teammate, but I don't think he's just going to push. He's going to fight for it, which I don't blame him.
I was going to say, well, let me ask you, if the roles were reversed, would you pop out from behind him coming out of turn 4 for a win?
Of course.
Well, see, it's going to come down to that. Friends for the whole entire race until it's coming off of turn 4 on the last lap, and then all bets are off. It's every man for himself.
Yeah, 10-4. I told him, I said, as long as GOP is 1-2, I don't care which position I finish.
Well, that's one way to look at it. And, Mark, we got to, give you a shout-out. It's always great to see those old DEI paint schemes come out here on track, and you're running one of those Steve Park paint schemes just kind of in the invert reverse color. It's still good to see that car out on track.
10-4, appreciate it, Roger.
Well, hey, Mark, we'll get you back down because you will get the 1 to go this time. Good luck the rest of the way, and let's make it an exciting one here, huh?
We're going to try. Definitely going to try.
Well, there you heard it from the driver of the #1. He's going to try. He's going to try and work with C-Brands and also Cody Ober, as they've been working good together. Like we said multiple times tonight, they work good together in practice and in qualifying together, and they found themselves working together here in the race, and now they're all 3 of them inside your top 10 here with under 10 laps to go. Once again, everybody tuning in out there on YouTube, we appreciate you tuning in. Hit the like button, hit the follow button so you can get all your updates. And every time we go live here on MaxSpeedTV, whether it be myself, KR Stolfus, Rudy Cummings, Chris Legou, Michael D'Amico, you're getting an update, you get a little alert, you pop on in. Come on and say hi to us every once in a while. We're just out here helping out these leagues, putting on the show that they put on. And this is a show that you've seen here from the Talladega Superspeedway, the OP Racing's 2001 Throwback Series. Only 5 cautions here tonight out of the 85 laps that have been run. We're just throwing it up for you real quick. Look, only 10 caution laps. 10 laps to go. 36 lead changes so far, and that number is just going to continue to climb. Before the night's over, that's going to be north of 40. We might even, come close to hitting 50 lead changes. Who's going to win it? Is it going to be Ryan Libby, who's out front right now? Is it going to be Mark Vega there in second? Dustin German finds himself in third right now. Could it possibly be Rick Seabrands, Joshua Spalding, Katie Hates, Scott Bellum? Heck, is it going to be the last guy on the lead lap, the 32 of Brent Elmore? You never know. The clock is clicking, the laps are winding down, and we're going to go green flag racing this time. Once the pace car comes off of turn number 4, gets off the banking, and then that's the long stretch till we get the drop of the green. There you see him coming off of turn number 4 through the tri-oval. Pace cars down and away. Now we just must wait for the drop of the green. Green flag's out. We're racing once again here with under 10 laps to go for the 2001 Throwback Series here from Talladega, and Vega is on the loud pedal trying to see if he can work to the inside, and he's going to go straight to the inside. Dustin German going to come right along with him. That's going to leave Ryan Levy out there all by himself. Nobody's going out there. Here comes Katie Haight finally. Katie's going to pop out to the outside. She's going to come along, and here comes Scott Bellum. So now there's 3 on the outside that are coming along. You see the cloud cover as there goes Scott Bellum. He's going to go straight to the top, make a 3rd lane, trying to get Bill Bessler to come with him, but not close enough to make the third lane work right now. 4 cars down to the inside, though, going to be Vega, German, Seabrands, and I believe that's Spalding. And here comes Thomas Gould also to the front. Gonna get 8 laps to go here this time at the line. Still have 20 cars on the lead lap as they're gonna go 3 wide right there. Scott Bellum really having to check up, otherwise he was gonna possibly get into the left rear. Katie Hayton at the front of this field could have took a lot of cars out. Coming down to it, they are 4 wide now with Cody Ober to the outside. There it is. There's going to be a yellow here. Bunch of cars going to be taken out at the front of this one. Scott Bellum is up and over. They're crashing even behind these guys. Looks like Dustin German, Tony Quadros, Jacob Sayers also involved. We're going to have to go back and see exactly what happened to all these drivers. This is going to be a big one here for us to digest. Another caution flag waving here. All started here at the front when they went 4 wide down into turn 1. Right there you saw him go 4 wide. Bessler in the middle with the 07 of Bellum with Ober on the outside. They just kind of come together right here. The 25 tries to stay off the outside lane and just gets right into the 07. It's going to turn. Gainforth is going to be involved. Poston's involved. Cody Ober's involved. Tanner Thu's involved. And then a bunch of these guys coming in here. Garrett Grant getting involved. Brian Beach's motor has expired on that machine. See as they head off into turn 1 once again. Here you're going to see it. Little contact. See Brent Elmore, he's going to get slowed up for it. Tanner Thews, though, his motor is going to expire. Bunch of guys wrapped up in this one. Not sure why we keep going back to Saban here, but let's go on board here with Tanner Thews. Nowhere for the driver of the 23 to go as he's going to get involved here. Mark Vega finds himself out front right now. That's what he likes to see. Well, let's see. Maybe we can get a word in with the driver who's found himself out front for most of this day. Rick Seabrands, you got a copy. It's Roger up here in the booth.
10-4, Roger, loud and clear.
Well, Rick, you've led 20 laps here today in that Yeti's Cooler number 4 machine. What's it going to take, though, to lead one more, the one that counts?
Well, I tell you what, you're going to have to get in the right spot at the right time, man. I'd love to tell everybody that this is probably going to be the last caution, but, man, there's a lot of hungry drivers out here that are going to be going for it here. Looks like we're probably going to have about a 3-lap shootout, I think, so... Man, it's going to be anybody's ball game from here. Hopefully, we'll just have the energy, and we'll be able to take it to the front. The Yeti Coolers, Jack Daniels, Chevrolet's been super fast out here, and we'd love to cap off this race with a win.
Yeah, you've been working out there. We've seen you work with Mark Vega a couple times in the 8 of Cody Ober. Ober was involved in that wreck, so that's going to pull him out of contention here. But the one of Vega is still up there. Has there been any communication between the Seabrands camp and the Vega camp?
We haven't. I don't know what his agenda is here. I know he wants to stay out front, but you know this is kind of a one-off deal here for us for the Yeti Chevrolet. We kind of put this together here late, and I'd love to reward him with a win. You know, for believing in me and get this to Talladega tonight. I'll work with Mark if I can, but you just never know here on the white flag. That's when the pay window's open and the trophy's out. It's going to be exciting.
It's going to be exciting. You got some hungry people right around you. You got Vega also obviously leading it. German right in front of you. Katie Haight has not led or has not won a race yet here with the OP guys. Spalding has, but then you got Gould and Libby and Bessler. So you got the top 10 is filled with drivers who have yet to win. Does that kind of, you think they're going to force the issue possibly here once we go green?
Well, I know that 00 is super fast, and that thing has been a rocket too. So I was kind of pointing that earlier. I keyed up, told the radio guys that I think the 00 had a really good car out here tonight. I thought they were pretty equal to us. Yeah, like I said, man, there's going to be so many runs. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, it's going to be something to look. But hey, pull the belts tight one more time. Looks like you got the 1 to go possibly that time. So we'll get you back down to the channel and try and keep the fenders on that Yeti machine.
Will do. Thanks, guys.
So no communications between Rick Seabrand and the number 1 of Mark Vega as they work together, but he does think Katie Haight might have the car to beat here as she's been real quick. Lights are off on the pace car. We will go back green flag racing. If another yellow comes out, though, that will most likely end the race, as that's not what these guys want to see, as they've been having a great race. But I can guarantee you something you are going to see here. You're going to see definitely some 3-wide racing coming down here to the end of this one. Vega finds himself out front. German is second. Seabrand's third. Katie Haight finds herself there fourth. Joshua Spalding finds himself in 5th. Thomas School is 6th. Ryan Libby is 7th. Bill Bessler is 8th. James Mayer is 9th. And Anthony Poston finds himself in 10th. Gainforth finds himself 11th. Cody Levitt is 12th. Tanner Thews is 13th. Garrett Grant is 14th. Landon Lopper 15th. Quadros finds himself 16th. And Brent Elmore, who's off track right now, finds himself the last car on the lead lap. Lynn McNeese is your first car lap down, but you will not see lap down cars come to the inside as we are under the 10 to go marker. So lap down cars are subject to go to the back there. Well, I shouldn't say subject. They are going to go to the back. They are not going to play a role here with the leaders. 5 to go, 4 to go. Once we take the green flag here, all bets are off. Let's watch this start from the spotter stand and see who goes where. You see at the drop of the green flag, we're going to be going green flag racing for the last time here from Talladega. Mark Vega has it. Let's see what kind of moves these guys make as you see Levitt out of line there towards the back, and you see Katie Haight really already to the outside there. Let's see if Seabrands can get up in front of her. Spalding is right there in the 9 car going to the inside. Looks like Spalding is trying to get up there to the inside, and he'll take that draft and be able to go, but Rick Seabrands and Katie Haight going to take that outside lane. It looks like they're going to go 3 wide on Mark Vega. Vega's going to be the odd man out. Dustin German going to get a push there from Joshua Spalding. Now it looks like the 4 of Rick Seabrand's going to go 3 wide. He's going to go to the middle. Can Vega catch on to that draft? Now it's too late for Seabrand's to go to the top as yellow flag's going to wave here once again. Looks like the 75 of Russell Hancock was is the gentleman who was sideways towards the back of this field. That's going to probably do it as Dustin German found himself out front when the yellow flag was flown. Seabrands was second and Spalding was third, but we're going to have to see. We're going to have to wait. Let's go back here and take one of these MaxSpeedTV replays and find out exactly what happened to the 75 of Russell Hancock. Looks like Hancock just turned the 12 car of Tony Quadros as they went down into turn number 3. I'm not sure if that's really intentional or what was happening between those drivers, but an unfortunate yellow might end this race here under caution. The question out there in chat, Josh, this is the 2001 Throwback Series. These gentlemen run the Throwback single file lap cars to the inside rule book. No waiver rounds are given tonight. These gentlemen did have one quick repair. So single file restarts back in 2001 were a thing. I know it's an odd thing to see anymore. But right now, possibly if we don't get the 1 to go this time by, it looks like Dustin German going to walk away with the win here from Talladega, with Rick Seabrands, who said he was going to pretty much try and get the win here tonight. It's a one-off deal for himself. He's going to come home second most likely, and Joshua Spalding going to come home third. Katie Haight, fourth place once again. Another top 5 for the 00. Not able to seal the deal or finish her off once again. Lights on the pace car are going to stay on. Well, let's see. Maybe we can get a word in with the driver that was just involved in that yellow. Let's see if we can get a word in with the driver of the number 12. Tony Quadras, you got a copy. It's Roger up in the booth.
Hey, Roger. How you doing, my friend?
I'm going to go on a limb here and say definitely better than you.
Yeah, well, I made a mistake there. I was all excited to get back on the track after my faster pair, and then under caution, totally forgot to stay below that yellow line.
Yeah, as you forgot to stay below the yellow line. But what happened there once you went down into turn number 3 there? It looks like you and the 75 of Hancock got together, and it really tore up the Mobile 1 machine.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I had a run on him. He had damage. I didn't. Yeah, I gave him plenty of room, and actually I think we got into it at the end of the backstretch, so I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, to be honest.
Well, you said you have no quick repair left, so at this point, yeah, we see you're smoking out there on track. It's just going to be pretty much trying to survival mode now just to limp that car back around here to the finish. But what was your take here tonight? We saw a lot of green flag racing.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, me and my new teammate, Garrett, we did a great job. We had a lot of good communication staying in the back, and we were set to go to the front, and, just bad luck and mistakes on my part. But it was a lot of fun, definitely.
A lot of fun, as I don't believe we're going to get this one going back green flag racing, as you are the last one on the lead lap right now. It shows you scored in the 17th place. So, I mean, probably not the night you really wanted, as there goes the motor, so you might lose a couple positions now.
Yeah, I was hoping I could limp it around and finish on the lead lap, but doesn't look like I'm going to be able to, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it looks like you might possibly then drop to the 22nd position. Yeah, I think that's probably where you're going to end up then. But, I mean, not the night you really wanted here from Talladega, but not an awful night, I guess, if you will say. I mean, we had a lot of green flag runs.
Definitely. Well, hey, Roger, appreciate you broadcasting it and staying with the league.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Tony, maybe we'll see you next week, and better luck, I guess, next week, too.
Thanks, Roger.
But the man out front, and we will not go back green flag racing as the white flag is waving here. Final lap will be ran here under yellow. So tonight's winner, as long as he can not blow her up or something, drop connection, because we've seen that happen before where a driver has dropped connection pacing under the the yellow flag at the end of one of these races. So Dustin German will walk away with his first victory here in the Throwback Series. Rick Seabrands, who said this was, a one-off deal kind of thrown together late for himself here. He'll come home in the second position. Joshua Spalding will come home third. Katie Haight fourth. Thomas Gould will finish there in your fifth position. Mark Vega, the man who started out front, led a lot of laps here. 13 laps led for him. Kind of got thrown into the sucker hole there on that restart, and now he's going to have to settle for a 6th place finish. Ryan Libby really beat up in that Rockwell automation car there. He's going to come home 7th. Bill Bessler is going to come home in your 8th position. Poston going to come home 9th. Tanner Thew is going to come home in your 10th position. James Mayer going to rebound after being caught up in the first accident in 11th, and it looks like your points leader, Cody Levitt, going to have another solid day, if you will, coming home in that 12th position. David Gainforth going to come home 13th. Garrett Grant is 14th. The newcomer of Landon Lopper going to come home 15th. Brent Elmore going to come home 16th. It looks like Lynn McNeese will come home 17th. 18th will go to Aspen Belvin. 19th will go to Les Levy. Jacob Sayers will finish in your 20th position. 21st will go to Timothy Truebridge. Tony Quadros, who is sitting on pit road, will be your last car on the lead lap in 22nd. 23rd will go to the 75 of Russell Hancock. Cody Ober will have to finish and settle for a 24th place finish after leading 11 laps here. Scott Bellum will come home then in your 25th position. Brian Beach is 27th, sorry. 28th will go to Jeff Bergner. 29th will go to David Sabin. 30th will go to Danny Valenzuela, and the 102 of David Overstock will come home in your 31st position. Congratulations, though, to Dustin German. Going to outlast the field here tonight from Talladega, and he's going to pull off the victory with C. Brands in second, Spalding third. We're going to step away for a moment. We're going to get to your post-race interviews here. I believe we have a couple of these gentlemen here, and we'll be right back with you to bring you all that. Well, welcome back to Talladega Superspeedway, ladies and gentlemen. We just watched 94 laps of 3 wide. We even saw 4 wide and a 5 wide battle at one point here for the OP Racing 2001 Throwback Series. We caught up with a couple of your drivers after this one, as a couple of them guys are still out there celebrating on track. You can hear them. I think Dustin German might be one of them after pulling off the victory here tonight. But we got Joshua Spalding up here, who's going to come home in that 3rd position. Josh, you got us up here in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Well, Josh, a 3rd place finish for yourself. Is that exactly what you came in here at Talladega looking to do?
I was definitely looking for the victory. Fun to run up front, though. It was definitely a tough race, a lot of cautions, and if you weren't in the right lane, you got trained. And it seemed to be that bottom lane. There was so many checkups that you couldn't really make up any ground if you were the 3rd car in it or in back. That middle line seemed to be the fastest, I thought, throughout the race, and Dustin made a great move there at the end to get under Mark. And with that few laps to go, you got to make those sudden moves and try to best your position, because you don't get many chances when we're up to speed.
Yeah, we saw that 9 car. You started in the 19th position, and we saw you really pretty much towards the back of this field all night long. Where did you come from? How did you get yourself back to the front to put yourself in the position to pull off a win here tonight?
I usually like to ride in the tail end. you know, about at least half of a restrictor plate race and just kind of see what develops up front. And I like to be one of the last cars in it because I like to watch the lead pack and, you know, watch for anything that might be happening in an early spin. You know, the extra 1 to 2, 3 seconds you get on the brake can save you from, you know, ruining your car, keeping it clean. So I like to stay towards the back for the first half of a race and just kind of let everything pan out, and then up to the front you just try to make those moves and be in the right line and go up towards the front. And lucky to be up there at the front. I wish we could have finished under green. I think it would have been a hell of a battle. About, I think, 7 or 8 cars, any of those had a chance to win. So it was fun. Wish it would have finished under green, but can't always have that at Talladega.
Can't always have it, but you guys did put on one heck of a show here tonight. Well, Josh, we're going to give you the mic, give you the floor. Who helps you out on that 9 car? Anybody you got to give a shout out to?
Talladega Ford sales, Napa know-how car. Just basically me. Thank my wife for putting up with me and friends I race with, Dustin and Brian Beach. Having fun in the league, racing with OP, and appreciate Roger, you putting on the good broadcast in the league for doing everything they do. It's a good time. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Well, there you heard it from the driver of the number 9, Joshua Spalding, starting all the way back in the 19th spot, kind of just hanging out all night long, and towards the end of this one, he found himself at the front, unfortunately not able to seal the deal. He's going to come home in your 3rd position. I also caught up with the driver of the number 4, Rick Seabrands. He's going to come home in your 2nd position. Had a great run here all night long, led 20 laps. Rick, what did you need to get around Dustin German?
Well, I think we needed we did need that caution, that was for sure, man. I tell you what, this Crow's Nest Motorsports Yeti Chevrolet was so fast out the gate, man. These guys back at the shop did a fantastic job of preparing a car, and really, this like I said earlier, this came together so late. We weren't even really expected to be here, and to bring home a clean car, top 3, lead some laps. That was a lot of fun up there. We're extremely fortunate, and yeah, I think if we would have went green there, we might have had a little better look at it, that's for sure.
Well, now it makes sense where I know that name from altogether. All right, it's all starting to come together now. Rick Seabrands, the ringer, coming out here tonight for the OP
please.
Guys.
and that's another thing too. I gotta thank OP, Alex, Cody, all them guys for what they do in this series. This series is so much fun. This is a lot of fun out there. You've seen how good the front pack was racing up there. I'm not sure what was happening in the back to bring out them cautions and stuff, but the guys up front were being respectful, giving a lot of room. It was a really good race out there. So kudos to those guys.
Yeah, tell us about racing towards the front, because in the beginning of the race we saw 2 wide action, and then from the middle portion on, it was like no holds barred, 3 wide racing towards the front the rest of the way.
There was many times out there where I was just riding, just trying to save fuel, about 3/4, half throttle, and when it was time to go, you could just hammer down, find a buddy, and you could be up to the front within a lap, no matter where you was restarting at, man. The cars and the draft was so good out there tonight. It was, I hope it was fun to watch, because it sure was fun to race.
Yeah, you're going to be able to go back and watch this one over here on MaxSpeedTV, and there wasn't a dull moment out there on track, because 3 wide racing, especially restrictor plate racing, you can't beat it. It brings you the most action. Everybody loves short track racing, but I think actually super speedway racing might rank up there just a little bit higher. Well, Rick, we talked to you earlier on, and we asked you for who helps you out on this this number 4 machine, but why don't you give us the rundown once again? We'll give you the mic.
Yeah, just Crow's Nest Motorsports for everything they do for us. They always give us good cars, prepared, ready to go. They're fast. OP, Alex, Cody, Robert Lee, everybody, man. Everything that they do, Mark, and especially MaxTV for everything you guys do. I can't wait to watch the broadcast.
Absolutely. You'll be able to find that link over on their Facebook page and also over on the YouTube page. But, hey, congratulations for coming out here, running a good race and leading 20 laps. Unfortunately, going to fall 1 position short from walking away with a victory here.
Thanks, Roger. I appreciate it, guys.
Well, now it's time for us to talk to the guy that everybody's still here listening, waiting to hear from. Dustin German, are you back? Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Roger?
Well, for a moment, I thought you were going to let us hang. I thought you were really going to take 10 minutes instead of 5 minutes, but we're doing good. I bet you're pretty ecstatic also, because this is the first time here for the OP 2001 Throwback Series that you're going to put that number 6 Valvoline machine in victory lane.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time coming. I've been close a few times, but man, I didn't think I'd get my first win here at Talladega. You know, it's such a crapshoot out there with so many cars and so much going on. But man, I had a pretty clean race for the most part and worked my way from the back to the front a few times. But man, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, tell us about that. You were towards the front there in the beginning of the race, and then I believe you were caught up in that wreck, and that dropped you towards the back of the field, and you rode around for quite a while out back.
Yeah, I just took the lead there on the inside, and something happened on the outside. A couple guys might have got together, and I couldn't really tell, and kind of got into my right side. I didn't use my fast repair. I went in and just repaired it. It was like 23 seconds worth of damage. You know, I wanted to save it to the end, and that last caution that we all pitted on, I used it on that last one, and just kind of held it to the floor, man. That's kind of what you got to do there at Dega.
Yeah, at Dega, it's one of those things. It is a crapshoot, if you will. I mean, sometimes, you know, you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. We saw that happen tonight with a lap down car of Overstreet. I mean, it kind of seemed like he was the bug there tonight. Tell us about some of those wrecks out there. I mean, you got a close up close and person view of a couple of those.
Yeah, like I was just talking about, the guys kind of got down into me right there when I took the lead at one point, but I was trying to miss most of them for the most part for the first half of the race. That's kind of what you got to do, just ride and, you know, let things sort themselves out. And like I said, man, I can't believe we made it back to the front. And I had a few good buddies out there, Brian Beach and Josh Spalding, you know, to try to help me out a little bit, but you can only do that so much. But a lot of clean racing, especially at the end. I wish it would have went green, but it is what it is.
Yeah, if it would have went green, you think you still would have been able to hold off, you know, the strong charging number 4 of C Brands, or even Katie Haight there. She was coming like a rocket also through the field.
Yeah, Katie was fast. At one point, I went outside to try to get some help from the 4 car, or not the 4. It was, can't remember, some guy. He was, you know, giving me a good push, but he went to the outside, and I kind of got hung out in the middle. So, but Katie gave me the push, and so I want to thank her a little bit there. But yeah, man, awesome race.
Absolutely awesome race. Well, we're going to give you the floor here, Dustin. Who helps out on that number 6 machine?
I really ain't got a team, but I got a few guys that help me out week to week. You know, we kind of got a team speak. We get in and as a team, but and Josh Spalding and Brian Beach, and I want to thank you, Roger, and MaxSpeedTV, man, and OP Racing 2001 season. They got a good league here, and I love how they got the rules. You know, it's a throwback in every sense of the word. You know, single file, and that's what I love about this league.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations once again to Dustin German for bringing home the victory here from Talladega Superspeedway. That's going to about wrap up our post-race show here from Talladega. For everybody over at the 2001 Throwback Series here for the OP Racing League and everybody here at MaxSpeedTV, we thank you for tuning in. Until next time, we'll catch you later.